education is a key indicator of a nation's well-being.
From next year, all 3 and 4-year-olds, irrespective of home circumstances, all 3 and 4-year-olds and about a quarter of 2-year-olds will have an entitlement to attend government-funded nursery provision for the same number of hours as children attend school. So it's an incredible shift, an incredible investment like we have never ever seen in Scotland.
And of course, unlike England, Scotland has free prescriptions and also free personal care for the elderly. But is this level of public spending sustainable? With an ageing workforce, it's those skills that the Scottish Government's hoping to improve with its much vaunted and costly policy of free university tuition, designed to widen access for Scottish students. And yet, here at St Andrews, only a third of students are from Scotland. The Scottish Parliament has come of age. Now it will have to display great maturity to pursue distinctive, affordable policies while dealing with some of the tough decisions ahead.
On a matter that's just come up very recently, Jeremy Hunt, in FCO terms, because the FCO is all about promoting the UK abroad, has said that he's cutting money for you to travel abroad if all you're going to do, or part of what you're going to do, is bang the drum for independence. He's in within his rights. If there was a soft Brexit, and that's what you want, there may not be the need for, or the call for, or indeed the votes for a second referendum on independence. So what you're essentially saying is that no matter what kind of Brexit, hard, soft, no deal, you'll push for a referendum at the end of 2020.
Well, that's what my manifesto gave me a mandate to do.
But economically, the rest of the UK out of the European Union, Scotland in the European Union, means a hard border.
I don't want borders. It's not me that is proposing
No, but whether you want them or not,
no.
It may be the law of the land.
Everybody still says it's not necessary to have a hard border in Ireland. I want Scotland to trade across the UK. That's in Scotland's interest.
That's the biggest, because it's your biggest trading partner.
Yeah, I also
1 in 4 jobs.
I also want Scotland to be able to trade freely in the single market, which is 8 times bigger than the UK market, which is equally important to Scotland's economic future. So,
but at the moment, 4 times worth of, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but just on a very simple point, which you know, is that 4 times the amount of trade with the EU is trade between England and Scotland.
And I am not suggesting or proposing anything that would disrupt or interrupt that trade.
Finally, there is a scenario which says that the UK could be out of the EU, Scotland could have its independence referendum, be in the EU, but also be accidentally out of the EU if the EU does not agree to you being in Scotland. Jeremy Hunt is saying, and has, as part of his job as Foreign Secretary, stopped money to Nicola Sturgeon for foreign trips if he thinks there's any question of her promoting independence on these trips. Is he right to do that?
Well, I think if the primary role of these trips is to go against UK government policy and to say that the UK should no longer cease to exist, I don't understand why the SNP are crying foul that they're not getting money from the very government that they want to no longer exist anymore. I would suggest the first term of the SNP, yep, they had a good run, they were tempering some of their policies, they were a minority government, they were working with others. Since then, every single thing they've done has been about their overarching priority of independence, and we've seen public policy suffer.
Ruth Davison, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Boris Johnson's camp responded this evening to that interview. A spokesman told Newsnight that Mr Johnson held Ruth Davidson in the highest regard and would look forward to working with her if elected leader to secure a good Brexit deal, strengthen the union and cut taxes for the low paid. Do you think there's a whole danger in talking about Scottish exceptionalism? Yeah, but the problem is that, you know, all these things, and it's what James Mitchell said, all these things are there, you know, the free tuition, free healthcare, free prescriptions, but actually there's a very big black hole coming, and you know the danger is that what you're doing is selling people a false prospectus that this can go on forever. Do you think there's a fair criticism to be levelled at the Parliament that actually it's incredibly central belt focused, and this, you know, that people actually, you know, in Aberdeen and the Borders and Shetland don't feel that they are the focus of much attention? One you know, big problem, one blight in Scotland is definitely sectarianism, was definitely sectarianism. Do you think that actually has fundamentally changed?